Hello everyone, this is Husky here, and we are going to be casting yet another series from the GSPA, and this is going to be the second round of the pro players, and I do say we, and I mean it. Who am I here with today?
It's Day 9 from Day9.TV Husky.
Wow, that's actually an amazing intro. I think you should stick with that one for every video you do.
Yeah, for the record, it's Day9.TV. That's the website. There is no .tv Husky domain extension. Although that would be cool. We have to create our own internets and take that one over. And you know what, Husky, I think that people may be familiar with MYM XlorD in the top right as the ghostly pink Zerg, but who's that gentleman down in the bottom left as the blue Terran?
Well, people are going to say, Kaiser, who's this? This is boring. No, it is Slayer's BoxeR, Sean. And for those of you who don't know, Slayer's BoxeR, probably the most famous StarCraft player of all time, as well as probably the most famous gamer of all time.
Oh,
and
yes.
He has been around forever. I think he was playing StarCraft before StarCraft was even invented. He's been playing essentially since day one, and has been actually doing a pretty good showing here in StarCraft 2, Sean.
Performing very well in NASL. Of course, he will always be the person that everyone is rooting for in all games, and this is the reason why, Husky. He always has creative strategies prepared. There in the middle of the map by the left is El Naga Watchtower. We see a barracks going down. This is a brilliant move by BoxeR. Look at the drone scouting by MYM XlorD. It goes along the right path almost always. The Zerg will be scouting all around the skirts and corners of the map. He will almost never actually be checking this left El Naga Watchtower. This is so clever. It's going to be an aggressive 2 racks opening, Husky.
And we have a hatchery going down right now for XlorD. Sean, do you think that this could potentially spell disaster for him because of the delayed spawning pool?
It could be hugely disastrous, but Zergs have been getting better and better and better at dealing with these 2 racks plays. People used to think I better get my pool earlier and earlier to prevent it from ever getting started, but nowadays Zergs are saying if I build a few extra drones, I can take the damage, but I'll have such a good economy that I'll be able to swing back through later. 2 different schools of thought. XlorD definitely going for that long-term macro-oriented idea right now, but my goodness, look at this drone just now spotting it. XlorD's going to be shocked to see that this push is coming up. How many SCVs will BoxeR be bringing? It's going to look like 2.
And right now, that drone was not able to delay that barracks, Sean, so the pressure has commenced, and if this doesn't work out for BoxeR, I would assume he can just follow it up with some sort of factory play, as his barracks will be vulnerable in the center of the map, but here comes the early harassment right now that all Zergs absolutely dread. SCVs happily repairing each other, and the bunkers have begun being produced.
And there we see that Marine caught in this backside. You can't actually hit it back there. Very smart move by BoxeR, abusing that positional advantage. Now we see the Marines running around in all sorts of fun, fancy circles, and it looks like XlorD not going to be building 2 queens, going to be building 1 queen and 2 spine crawlers. This is a big commitment from BoxeR. If XlorD can defend this properly, he will actually be at a lead as we see 2 bunkers going down. Meanwhile, back in the main, BoxeR is just trying to get a couple more SCVs, but this push is his focus right now.
And looking at the production tab, a lot of Zerglings popping out right now. BoxeR will have to be careful of a potential run by, although right now, Sean, he is in such good position as well as the amount of damage he's got to be able to do.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. We're at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Queen just now popping out, and BoxeR is on the verge of winning a very fast first game. One of the spine crawlers is down now, has begun whacking away, and XlorD scooting the one on the left up. It is now about half done with burrowing. It takes a very long time to burrow, and it looks like BoxeR is just target firing. The hatchery just wants to see if he can take that down, and here comes the sprint by XlorD.
And needs to be careful here. The Zerglings are going to try and do as much damage as possible, Sean, but there's just way too much SCVs there repairing those bunkers. The DPS of the Marines inside able to take that out. Even the Queen getting annihilated. The hatchery slowly getting whittled down, although the SCV is not able to repair this bunker as quickly as they would like. It's so dangerously close to getting taken out here, although it's kind of a race here to see which building's going to get taken out first.
And it looks like a couple of Zerglings arrive in time to maybe do a little bit of extra damage, but the hatch is down 250 hit points, and there, the bunker is down, and it looks like XlorD has managed to hit a little bit of an equilibrium, but look at those 6 Marines out on the street right now. XlorD trying to dart forward with those Zerglings, and BoxeR's going to have to do a massive pullback, and look at that timing. Husky, while all that damage was being dealt at the natural expansion, both barracks were lifted back. 4 barracks total in the main, 2 refineries going down, command center coming up. Very fun, aggressive opening from BoxeR.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, Sean, is he currently has 23 SCVs. So he is known for doing this kind of play, and this is exactly why he's known for that kind of play. Needs to make sure to raise his supply depot there, making sure these Zerglings cannot get inside of his main base. But I mean, he followed this up with the command center. He has 24 SCVs, and I mean, he's not in the best of shape because he didn't build those inside of his main. But the follow-up, I would say, was pretty solid.
Absolutely brilliant play by BoxeR. You know, I would even almost like to have his supply depot lifted to let those Zerglings up, because right now BoxeR can extend his advantage by just picking these off, and there he's starting to dart a little farther forward again. Notice this, he's only bringing down 8 of his Marines, trying to encourage XlorD to maybe make some risky plays to do some aggression, because meanwhile in the main we see another 9 Marines back there. Tech Lab now finishing, just saving up to be able to get some of those upgrades for his Mariners, and poor XlorD making only drones, queens, and he is in this game mined a grand total of 24 gas.
Oh god, not good at all. Now he is going to be catching up just now in the supply counts, which is one thing that Zerg players a lot of times will fall back on, is if they take a heavy loss like that, they will try and drone like crazy and really try and just cut the drones right when they need to, and continuing producing drones as long as possible. So we'll see if BoxeR's going to sit back for too long. But Sean, I mean, look at the amount of Marines. He has 24 Marines, and all he has to take out is 2 spine crawlers and what is it, 8 Zerglings.
Oh, and it looks like that just got dropped down to 6 Zerglings. Keep in mind, though, there are the giant armada of 31 drones available, but they cannot do too much good. And poor XlorD, he sees the huge push coming out, all the Marines crisscrossing along the gold, now sweeping up along the right side. Those Zerglings taking a couple of extra shots. BoxeR is almost at that Xel'Naga watchtower, and there he just hits it, so he's going to see that there's almost no Zerglings in sight. We see an extremely fast Baneling nest getting constructed by the Zerg player behind his natural expansion. There's the scan to try to see everything getting repositioned, and oh no, BoxeR is just going to move along the left side to where XlorD is completely and totally vulnerable.
Yeah, this is another thing BoxeR's known for, is abusing the map, and there's even the Baneling nest there, so he can take that out, preventing any sort of accidental explosion of his entire army. And XlorD is forced to retreat with his workers. That Baneling nest not even going to see the light of day, forced to cancel there. BoxeR sitting behind the mineral, so the drones can't even get a surround at all. And this is BoxeR, classic BoxeR. Really, he just studies the map so perfectly, Sean, that he knows exactly where to put every single building, and this is kind of the side effect of that kind of forethought and planning.
XlorD just getting completely overrun right now, has not yet left the game, but there's almost no way for him to win at this point. We see a Baneling nest trying to get reconstructed, but it won't be done in time. BoxeR now moving up, and there's the good game. BoxeR takes the win, and this is a classic example of BoxeR doing the same sort of opening that everyone else does, but with that timing flair. I mean, it wasn't just the bunker rush that was brilliant. It was the way he followed it up, pulling his barracks back, getting 2 additional barracks up, and the Expo, and then the 24 Marine push. Just too much for a Zerg player to deal with.
You know, Sean, I feel like if you are a map maker out there, BoxeR is your worst enemy, because he will find one. I mean, I've seen him do this at least 3 times very recently, where he'll find just a couple of pixels where he can put pesky Marines to guard those bunkers and watchtowers and things like that. And he just really, I mean, he will take the terrain and use it to his greatest advantage. And he is just fine doing that. He's not going to let you win a game easily against him. And like you said, it was a classic example of BoxeR. And if you are just being introduced to BoxeR, I would say this is only the tip of the iceberg of some of the stuff he comes up with. So XlorD is really going to have to be prepared for that, because BoxeR, I mean, he's just going to throw stuff at you that you probably have not seen on ladder.
And that means that I cannot wait to hop into Game 2 between MYM XlorD and Slayers BoxeR. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it.